Most of what you know about how to live a successful and happy life is a lie. Society, your education, even the media have been feeding you ideas that leave you powerless, anxious, and chasing after things that don't matter. But there's an ancient philosophy that reveals a different way, a path to true strength, freedom, and fulfillment. It's called Stoicism. Today we're going to break down 7 Stoic truths that nobody wants you to know about. These aren't just tips or habits. These are the mind-blowing truths that challenge everything you've been told. Are you ready to see the world differently? Let's dive in. Philosophy 1. The world doesn't owe you anything. Happiness isn't something you chase. It's a byproduct of living a life of purpose and discipline. The Stoics didn't focus on happiness. They focused on virtue. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." The world tells you to chase money, fame, and pleasure for happiness. Stoicism says, stop chasing happiness. It's a distraction. The billion-dollar happiness industry wants you to believe that you're one purchase away from joy. But the Stoics knew that the pursuit of happiness is itself a trap. Instead, focus on being virtuous, and happiness will follow. Philosophy 2. Comfort is your enemy. We're addicted to comfort. From cushy jobs to instant gratification on social media, we're constantly told to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort at all costs. But the Stoics knew better. Comfort makes you weak. Seneca said, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress." Why? Because discomfort builds resilience. Comfort is killing your potential. The modern world tells you comfort is the goal, but Stoicism challenges that. Discomfort is where real growth happens. Think about it. Have you ever heard that from the self-care influencers? Didn't think so. Philosophy 3. You are not your feelings. Today, we live in a culture that glorifies feelings. We're constantly told, feel your emotions, let them guide you. But here's the hard truth. Your feelings are not who you are. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Your emotions are fleeting and often irrational. What defines you is how you control them." In today's world, where we're told to express everything, Stoicism says no. Control is the real freedom. Imagine if people started embracing this philosophy. How different would society look? Philosophy 4. Stop wasting time chasing happiness. Product of living a life of purpose and discipline. The Stoics didn't focus on happiness. They focused on virtue. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." The world tells you to chase money, fame, and pleasure for happiness. Stoicism says stop chasing happiness. It's a distraction. The billion-dollar happiness industry wants you to believe that you're one purchase away from joy. But the Stoics knew that the pursuit of happiness is itself a trap. Instead, focus on being virtuous and happiness will follow. Philosophy 5. Embrace mortality. You're going to die. Modern society avoids talking about death. It's taboo. But here's the reality. You're going to die. And that's not something to fear. It's something to embrace. Marcus Aurelius reflected on death constantly, saying, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about being morbid. It's about using death as motivation to live a meaningful life. Why are we so obsessed with avoiding death? From anti-aging products to tech billionaires trying to live forever, society tells us death is the ultimate enemy. But Stoicism says, embrace it. It's the ultimate teacher. How would your life change if you remembered that every day could be your last? Philosophy 6. You don't need anyone's approval. Wants to be liked, to be accepted, to fit in. But the Stoics knew that seeking approval is a form of slavery. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." The world tells you to chase followers, likes, and validation. Stoicism says, screw that. You don't need anyone's approval. You only need to live in accordance with your values. Think about how liberating that is. Imagine a world where people stopped seeking external validation. No one's talking about that because the world thrives on keeping you chasing approval. Philosophy 7. Fate isn't an obstacle. It's your path. Life is going to throw you obstacles. There's no way around that. But the Stoics didn't view these challenges as obstacles. They believed they were the path. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you stop fighting fate and start embracing it, you gain true power. Modern self-help gurus will tell you to fight against fate, to manifest your ideal reality. But Stoicism tells you to embrace everything, good or bad, as part of your journey. Stop fighting fate. Own it. These Stoic truths challenge everything we've been told. They're not easy, they're not comfortable, but they're powerful. When you stop chasing comfort, approval, and happiness, and start embracing discomfort, fate, and self-control, you'll unlock a strength you never knew you had. It's time to stop being a slave to society's lies and start living the Stoic way. If this video woke you up to the real truth, hit that subscribe button and join the movement. We're just getting started.